In the end, Ilya will be coming to my house. Tosaka and Ilya leave the chapel arguing. I guess I can say they're getting along. Our conversation is over. It's our problem now, so there's nothing to talk about with Kotomine. I follow after them and leave the chapel. But then... The priest gives his usual warning. Yorikobe.
そんなことあるもんか。左腕が使えないだけの話だ。俺はまだ戦える。
そうか。ところで麻藤さくらの体調はどうだ?
She's sucking your blood.
さくらの体調?
That's a bit unexpected. I thought he was going to make more sarcastic remarks, but so why is he suddenly concerned about how Sakura is doing? I don't think he's concerned, more so curious, I think.
どんな風の吹き回しだよ。今さらあんたがさくらの心配をして何になる？
分かっていないな。私はお前の体の話をしているのだ。いいかね、エミヤシロ。お前も危うい体だが、麻藤さくらはさらに危うい爆弾を抱えている。お前は戦わなければ無事だが、麻藤さくらは刻一刻と崩壊している。だからこそお前は戦いをやめられない。それが自らの死期を早めると承知した上で。麻藤さくらを救うというのなら、エミヤシロは戦わざるを得ない。だが今のお前には戦いそのものが自殺行為に等しい愚行だ。故に麻藤さくらを救うということは自分を殺すということだと理解しているな。
それがどうした？そんなのもお前の知ったことじゃないだろう。
Yeah, I mean it's suicide either way. Doesn't matter if we use the arm or not. I think Shiro would end up being dead if he fought, despite that anyway. I chose to save Sakura. I won't back out on my oath, no matter what happens to my karada. You know, always karada. I always hear karada. I think it does mean body in Japanese.
そうか。命を捧げるほどの献身は美しいがな。あの娘はお前にとって果たしてそれだけの価値があるのかどうか。
Yes, she is. She's the waifu in this route, so I must give up my life for her. Even though that probably never works out because you're supposed to end up in a happy ending, right? How you get a happy ending if you're dead? So.
だと。
最後の忠告だ、エミヤシロ。生かすということは欲望を満たすということ。麻藤さくらを生かしたいというのなら。それを最後まで忘れぬことだ。
To save a life is to satisfy one's desire. I'm just reminded of the tragedy 10 years ago. You know, Emiya Kiritsugu saving Shiro. Maybe that's what Kotomine is trying to say. I go outside. Tosaka and Ilya are waiting for me there. Ilya is looking up at the sky and Tosaka is glaring at me like she wants to complain. Oh, don't worry, just priestly things. More importantly, there's something that's on my mind, but I don't know if I should bring it up. Tosaka, are you calling me by my first name now? Is she? Oh, okay, that's weird, I guess.
まあいいわ。時間もないし、回りくどいことはやめにしてあげる。ことは深刻だし、別々にやっても勝ち目は薄いし。尺だけど、昨日のことは水に流してあげるから感謝なさい。
I wonder, like, what, because usually in if you didn't know, if you're not a big weeb like me, calling someone by their first name in Japan is it's kind of a big deal, you know, it shows that you're close to them, or otherwise you're being rude, I guess, but usually if you're using the first name, it means you're like friends, you know, like close friends or family, you know, so her using Shiro's first name is kind of weird, because I don't think we did anything to earn her favor. We didn't save her, technically. Archer did. Right? As far as I know, I think so. Yeah. In which case, I wonder, does she know in this route? No, has she always known that Archer is, Shiro's alternate self that, we digged into in the Unlimited Blade Works route? Because masters, it seems like they do get dreams from their servants, right? Kind of learn about their backstory. Maybe at this point, Rin does know, she does know that basically Shiro is Archer, and technically Archer was Shiro's who saved her, right? So it's kind of weird. So maybe she's grateful for that, even though Archer's dead. We still technically saved her in a roundabout way. I don't know, something like that. Her manner is pompous, but her words are even more so. It's hard to understand, but what Tosuka wants to say is...
それってつまり
そうよ、協力してあげてもいいって言ってるの。
Yeah, we end up doing that though.
だいたいね、あなただけじゃ心もとないでしょ。造剣を倒すって目的は一緒なんだし、それまで手を組んであげてもいいってこと。
It seems that's a constant, at least on the like normal routes, I guess. No, like barring bad ends, I guess. We always end up cooperating with Tosuka. It's kind of like a constant. Tosuka continues angrily. It feels like I'm hit in the head with a hammer. The sudden request is a great fortune.
ありがとう、恩に着る遠さか。お前がいてくれるならこれ以上の助けはない。
And then I hug her. I take Tosuka's hands and shake it up and down. Hand holding, that's even more lewd. This is troubling. I know I'm being too happy, but I can't stop myself.
わかった。俺はいいからちょっとタンマ。
Tosuka retreats quickly. Then, I don't know why, but she looks at my left arm.
その前に一つ聞くけど、あなた、その腕が誰のものか知ってるわよね。
Yeah, it's your dead servants. I nod since it's a matter of course. Tosuka then takes a deep breath.
じゃあシロ、今からあなたは私のサーバントよ。
Or is that what she was getting? Maybe not. Maybe she's not getting close to us. More so, she's acting like a master, like acting as a master to us. I don't know, something like that.
私のサーバントで助かったんだから、それぐらい当然でしょ。
It makes a ridiculous demand. I'm really lost. I try to figure out what Tosuka means.
何言ってるのよあなた。そんなことで所有権を言い出すなんてバカバカしいにも程があるわ。
But well, when you think about it, she is actually right. We are Archer, so she is our master. Like, I don't know, it's kind of weird. Time is convoluted. Yes, Ilya can be reasonable after all.
だいたいリンの言い分は的を外れてるわ。そもそもシロは私のなんだから、リンにあげられるわけないじゃない。
Is this the harem route? Everyone just wants to own Shiro. I see, so she's missing the point too.
あんたこそ体言吐くじゃない。まさか一度見逃してあげたから、シロは自分のものだなんて思ってたの？それだったら私も同じよ。学校でばったり会った時なんて本当に頭にきて、どうしてやろうかって暴れる寸前だったんだから。
You did went berserk that one time in the other route.
そんなのリンが大人げないだけよ。私は毎日見逃してあげてたんだから、シロの命は私のに決まってるわ。生かすのも殺すのも私なんだから、関係ないリンは引っ込んでて。関係ないですって。甘く見ないでよね。関係なくてここまで関われるかっていうの。アーチャーのやつが頼むって言ったんだから、責任持って生き残らせるわよ。
Oh yeah, Archer did say something like that. I think he mentioned. I think Ryder was there too. He said like, trust. I trust Tosuka will. Well, what did he say? I think he said something like, let Tosuka know what happened, or let Rin know what happened, and she'll do the rest, or something like that, right? She probably passed on Archer's last words to Rin, I guess. But I guess that's another thing. That's why she feels responsible as well. I can almost hear their teeth grinding as they glower at each other. I wait for it to end. Well, it's going to be troublesome no matter who wins.
で、結局どっちなの？
It seems they realize that fighting solves nothing, so they've chosen me to make the final decision.
どっちかって、何が？
だからどっちのサーバントかっていうことよ。シローの答えをまだ聞いてなかったし、ここではっきりさせた方がいいでしょ。そうね。シローが嫌がってるのに気がついてないし、リンにははっきり言わないとダメみたい。
Doesn't realize you don't want her. It's a little direct.
ほら、言ってあげてシロー。シローは私のものでいいんだよね。
I don't need to think about it. The one who has the right to order me around is... I guess Tosuka, I guess Ilya. Well, I don't know. I guess we could choose. To be honest, I was gonna say we barely know Ilya. No, we did have that, like... I guess, those scenes in the park, right? We did, hang out with her a few times. Tosuka... I only know her by virtue of the other routes, right? But have we hung around Tosuka a lot in this route? A little bit, actually, still. Yeah, in the rooftops, we've discussed about Sakura's situation, about the Holy Grail War. Helped me out a little bit there. She was a little hostile, though. I mean, I guess both of them were hostile towards us at some point. Ilya almost murdered us, and Tosuka threatened us, when we wanted Sakura to live. So either of them not exactly the most friendliest of people, I guess. To us anyway. Oh well. Tosaka, Ilya, Tosaka, Ilya, Tosaka, Ilya. I don't know. This is the hardest decision I ever made. I'll just choose my first. I'll choose Tosuka. That's fine.
そんなの考えるまでもないだろ。
なんで？リンは横暴で強欲で、おまけに休館長みたいにうるさいんだよ。なのに、シローはそっちのがいいの？
Are you into that kind of thing?
そっち系なの？
It's like a fetish.
いや、そういうんじゃなくてだな、イリア。
Tsundere fetish.
要するにこれは遠坂の指示に従うか従わないかって話だろ。それなら俺は従う。俺一人じゃ造剣を止められないし、俺はアーチャーのおかげで助かったんだから。
それはアーチャーはだってシローの。
Does Ilya know as well? How does she know? How does she know? Because it seems like she knows, right? She knows because Archer is your blah blah blah, is your future self. How does she know? I don't know.
命令権は遠坂に預ける。ほら、それってサーバントと何も変わらないだろ。遠坂がそう言うんなら、俺はサーバント扱いでも構わないよ。
I confirm with Tosaka.
遠坂？おい、人に話振っといて無視するな。
Is she not satisfied with the answer even though we picked her?
そうよ。分かってるじゃない。
Or maybe she is, I don't know.
私のアーチャーがあなたに託した以上、私たちは運命共同体なんだから。アーチャーが預けた分、しっかり働いて返してよね。
もちろん、借りたものはきっちり返さないと寝覚めが悪い。
That's right. No matter how things ended up this way, my left arm has been replaced by Archer's. But Archer disappeared without fulfilling his contract with Tosaka. It's only right that I succeed the promises he's made. Okay.
じゃあ一旦ここでお別れね。家に戻って荷物を持ってくるから、シローは先に行ってて。
To pack? What do you mean? Are you gonna stay over again? So all the waifus just go to the Emilia residence.
荷物を持ってくるって、もしかして遠坂 うちに来る気か？
当たり前でしょ。これから共同戦線を張るんだから一緒にいなくてどうするのよ。うちはイリアが嫌がるし、そっちにはサクラもいるし、どう考えても本拠地はあなたの家でしょ。
I wonder how soccer would feel if you, because you did threaten to kill her, right? And now you want to cooperate. I don't know, but you might argue a bit. Maybe.
言われてみればそうだよな。
まったく脳に入ってると思ったらなんか抜けてるし、ちょっと選択誤ったかな。
Tosuka sighs and starts walking in the opposite direction.
イリア、うちはこっちだぞ。なんだって遠坂についていくんだ。
ちょっとね、リンゴ手を貸してほしいって言うから助けてあげるの。終わったらすぐ行くから、シロンは先に帰っていて。
Are you gonna assassinate her, Ilya, or something? Maybe? No, I don't think I was gonna say I don't think she would, but then again, she has shown her psychotic side before, so I don't know what I think about Ilya. She might just murder everyone, I don't know. She doesn't have Berserker with her anymore, so maybe not. Ilya's gonna help Tosuka?
遠坂、本当か？
本当よ。ことがことだから、こっちも秘密兵器の一つや二つは必要でしょ。私だけじゃ開かない蓋も、アインツベルンの魔術師となら開くかもしれない。けど、できれば見つけたくない。遠坂の遺産、騎手話の置き土産が想像通りのものなら、私だけじゃどうにもならないから。
Kister's keepsake, I guess. I don't know. I don't think we ever heard of that, as far as I know. But I guess some sort of secret weapon.
じゃあ、私も行くね。騎手話の遺産になんて興味はないけど、ゼルシュバインオーグの使ってた宝箱は綺麗そうだし。
Zelshwano, I assume this is like just German stuff, German magic items. Plus 10 magic sword. Ilya's skirt flutters as she runs away.
騎手はゼルシュバインオーグ。
Schwanog. I tilt my head in wonder. I've never heard those names before. Are they famous among legitimate magi? Maybe so. Hey, interlude. So many interludes. As it turns out, I wonder, were there interludes in the original Fate Stay Night? I assume so. Because it feels like, I don't know, for some reason I'm assuming that maybe the interludes were exclusive to the Real to Noah version, right? Because it does give some, it does shades, I don't know what the word is. It gives some, it sheds, I'm trying to say, it sheds some light on the other characters, right? Usually interludes are from the perspective, at least from third person, on characters other than Em Yoshiro, right? Usually we're always Em Yoshiro, but interlude is the other characters. I'm repeating myself. The guesses have left. Yorokobe. The chapel regains its silence and the priest looks up at the statue. Hey, Gilgamesh, you never really popped up recently. At least in front of us. You're really just in the interludes. And then again, maybe no, I think we met him once, actually, in this route. Like, just once. Because he was like sitting down on one of the benches or whatever, you know, and Shiro thought he was gonna kill him or something, which is kind of true in another route. Does he feel the same way in this route? I don't know. The voice comes from behind. Where was he hiding? The golden-haired man asks the priest cheerfully.
構わん。初めから執着があったわけではない。聖杯が彼らにつくのなら止めはしない。
そうだったな。元より私に望みはない。その言が偽りでないのなら、聖杯を押し止めるのは道理に合わん。
The Holy Grail. I assume that's Ilya, right? We learned that Ilya was a vessel for the Holy Grail. I mean, we do know that. I remember Kotomine, you actually did like capture her and use her to turn her into a Holy Grail in the Fate route. You're not doing it this route? Are you sure? The man laughs. The priest's words, as if to make fun of the fact that he has no wish. He does indeed speak the truth. It is just that the golden-haired man cannot comprehend the fact, but the priest has no wish. Kotomine Kirei does not need the power of the Holy Grail. All he has is a thorough inquiry. The Holy Grail merely answers one's wish. It is a machine to create the desired outcome for one's own question. Is there a meaning in obtaining the answer that one wishes for?
ことみね、重ねて問うが、本当に聖杯に興味はないと？
願望期に用はない。それはお前とて同じだろう、ギルガメッシュ。お前の目的も私の目的も、その実自らの願いではない。単にそうした方が楽しいからという。
楽しい。
追求でしかない。
楽しい。I don't know why, but I'm just reminded of a servant in Fate Grand Order. It's like she's a book, I guess. Her name is Nursery Rhyme, and sometimes she says Tanoshi as she murders people with her magic.
食事と同じだ。願いとは自身を叶えるもの。だが自ら願いを叶えては人間は救われん。
It's like eating food. Is it like eating mapo tofu? The priest keeps staring up at the statue, and beyond it, to 10 years in the past, when he still had a wish. The man is a child his father was gifted with on a pilgrimage in 1967. The name Kirei is supposedly a word of a prayer. The father named his son in the hope he would be pure and beautiful. Yep, Kirei. Kirei, I mean, I don't know, I'm pretty sure it's like, it means like pure. That means pure and beautiful, literally. In Japanese, anyway. The boy grew up according to his expectations. Even as a young child, he had morals and good sense, showing such great insight that people thought he was precocious. The father was delighted to be blessed with a great successor, and the son knew of his father's delight. It is a great pleasure for a parent to know his child is gifted. That must have been why the man considered him valuable. Understanding this, the boy grew just as his father expected. There was no doubt. His inability to love his father was unrelated to meeting the man's expectations. Ironically, today... Well, actually, is it today Father's Day, or was it yesterday? I don't remember. Yeah, whatever. The boy named Kirei grew up healthy. But there's the one point. He cannot understand the beauty of which his father spoke. One morning, he realized the inconsistency. He woke up, raised his head, and knew. He was not sure why he understood at that moment. No, he wondered why it took him so long to realize. In either case, he knew what he had forgotten. His father prayed for him to be beautiful and named him Kirei. That had always been his question. The things his father considered beautiful, the boy had never considered beautiful. It was as simple as that. He considered moths beautiful instead of butterflies. Well, I can see that. Though, moths are pretty scary, though. I don't know. Butterflies are also scary. I don't know. People say butterflies are, like, beautiful and everything because they're colorful. But actually, I don't know. Maybe it's because I just don't like bugs in general. But the way they fly around in an erratic way, especially if they're close in your face, it's kind of scary, actually. Anyway. He considered poisonous plants beautiful instead of roses. He considered the evil beautiful instead of the good. You know, maybe you're just edgy, you know? Like, edgy, goth, emo kind of guy? No, anyway, I don't know. He had a common man's sense of morality, recognizing that it is correct to be good. But by his nature, the boy was only interested in the exact opposite. Nobody can understand the agony he felt. Even Kotomine himself was never certain whether it was agony or not. But he worked hard. He tried to be pure and beautiful, and pursued something he did not have from the start. Shaving away the skin, ripping off the flesh, and dislocating the bones. He even tried looking within his body for what he could not find in his mind. His father spent over 10 years on his pilgrimage wearing thorn shoes. The distance he walked could stretch to the moon. It was not for physical pain. For missionaries, the mental pain is far more significant. The boy abstained from eating during this pious act. If he was a sinner by nature, then according to the morals he believed in, he needed to punish himself to maintain balance in the world. 10 years passed. Unable to reach the epiphany he sought, he arrived at a single conclusion in its place. It was simple. In short, he did not have the sense to feel normal happiness. Good matters that people consider right and find happiness in. Philanthropy, trust, glory, safety, such matters did not delight him. It's just that he was born with the deficiency. All he took pleasure in was in the suffering of others. Yeah, I think we learned this in the Pharaoh. Murder by others, love and hatred of others, degradation of others. Such negative concepts were the only things that made him feel happiness. I said before, how about, instead of murdering and torturing people and turning orphans into living mana batteries for your servant, can't you just cook a bunch of mapo tofu instead? That's the ultimate evil, isn't it? Making people eat spicy food? You would delight in their suffering in that case. His misfortune was carrying a sense of morality even when he had such a mind. The child understood at a young age that he was not in accord with the world, and he tried his best to overcome it. He did not surrender to his condition by indulging in twisted pleasure. He tried to save himself. One could not find happiness in any normal way, but by turning himself into a normal person. The one who cannot find himself in a normal way. He wanted to be a normie. And the path was his creed, to become a priest and preach life like his father. It is said that God forgives everything, so he thought God would even save someone who is not born with it, like himself. But the result was tragic. He abode by the rules of God, followed the law, and lived modestly, but he could not find any pleasure greater than the pain of others. He believed in the church's teaching that forbade immorality, yet immorality was all he had. But there's no anguish there. From the beginning, he sought after something that did not exist. He did not lose something he had, so there's no reason for him to grieve. The only thing that concerned the priest as he matured was the question, why? Naze? Yes, at every crossroads of his life, the pleasure of committing crimes. One could understand if he reveled in his own corruption, satisfying his urges by committing crimes himself. Wealth gained from evil deeds. It would make sense if he entrapped others out of greed and obtained wealth. But what was wrong with him to not even have the option of turning from good to evil? Who could possibly be born a defective being and end his life still detached from the world? Do they not come into this world with the premise that they harm the world? Call of good sense, acknowledgement of morals, trial of justice. Every one of these conclude that evil should not exist. But what about it? If it should not exist, why are such things created? That is right. If one has a deficiency, one should not be born. The world hates evil and removes the faults. But something that was never wanted was given life. There are beings that exist to be hated and die. The man inquired where the crime was. His reward for years of anguish and blind devotion was not salvation. Just why? It is a pure question, and also anger towards something unknown.
では、なぜマスターになどなった？望みがないのであらば、聖杯などいらぬだろうに。
The inquiring words bring him back to the present after that Kotomi Nekire backstory. The priest, Kotomi Nekire, nods in self-derision.
聖杯はなかった。ただその中身に関心があっただけだ。10年前聖杯を求めたのも、それがあろうとしたからだ。聖杯が何であれ、生まれ出ようとするものを祝福する。それが私の仕事だからな。
I feel like that's a bit sarcastic, but alright.
それは生まれてくるものに微塵の関心も持たなくともか？
無論だ。前回の聖杯戦争でさえ、私は聖杯にもその中身にも関心はなかった。 あの時にあったものは私と正反対の男に対する不快感だけだった。
Opposite of me. I assume Kiritsugu? I wonder then, because I'm wondering like why Kiritsugu? The opposite of me. I guess when I think about Kiritsugu, he's like a hero, right? He tried to be a hero, but he tried to become a hero by doing bad deeds, I guess. You know, a hero that tries to do bad deeds in order to reach his goals, I guess. An anti-hero is what he mentioned before. So the opposite would be like, I guess, a villain that tries to do good deeds to reach his goals. But I don't know. Is Kotomine, I mean, I guess when you think about it, in this route anyway, he has been doing good deeds. It's just that his goals are, you know, far from goodwill. You know, he's not doing it for the good of people. You know, he's just doing it out of curiosity, I think. But the priest ponders. He can only find pleasure in others' suffering, but he is interested in the end of this Holy Grail war. Zolkin's actions behind the scenes. Another Holy Grail that is about to be born. Someone called all evils of this world was brought into existence by the people, but not wanted by the people. If it would conceive such a thing, maybe that is...
善悪の所在。殻に詰め込まれながら帰ることのなかったもの。
The Holy Grail cannot give answers. The wish-granting machine fulfills its owner's desire. So no revelation can be obtained even if someone without a wish obtains it. But...
答えを出すのではなく、答えを出せるものを聖杯から生み落とすとしたらどうなる？
何？
The man narrows his eyes. The priest is smiling in front of the statue. That smile is that of a dying woman. That expression is worn by a man with no interest or desire.
答えは近い。仮にこの疑問が神を冒涜するというのなら。
His eyes aren't showing joy. The priest like an angel that fell to the ground.
神前においてこの前例をかけ我が主さえ問い殺そう。
Looks up at the distant sky with cursing eyes. We had a Yorukobe interlude. I trudge up the hill. The town is unlively. It's still 8 or 9 o'clock, but the town is desolate and devoid of any human presence. Okay, we're not feeling so well, I guess. Before I know it, I'm stopping and leaning against a wall. My left arm is burning. Maybe my tension went away by being alone, but my left arm started to hurt ever since I got to this hill.
そりゃそうか。よその腕を無理やりつけてるんだから痛まないはずがない。
I can't get my breathing together. My arm gets hotter with every step. When it gets hotter than my normal temperature, pain attacks my chest from my arm.
痛いのは腕じゃなくてこっち側なわけか。
I lean on the fence and take a deep breath. I think I understand where the pain is coming from. Basically, it's trying to cool off. I don't know how, but my left arm gets hotter every time it moves. When it overheats, the arm sends the axis? Why can't I say the word? Axis? Sends the axis to the rest of my body. I don't know why I can't say axis? Access? Excess? That heat is enough to burn me, causing the pain. The heat enters my body with a sharp pain, and it's more like a cut than a burn. Every time I feel the red dizziness, I feel like I'm getting a long knife inserted from my shoulders and churned inside of me. Mix it around. It's not something I can bear many times. I've had my stomach torn by Berserker and my ribs crushed by the Rider. Even with such experiences in mind, the prospect of getting stabbed by my own body sends a chill through me.
大丈夫、落ち着け。 体温を上げずにおけばこいつだっておとなしくする。
I try to relax while looking up at the sky. It's been 20 minutes since I parted with Tosaka and Ilya. I should have been home by now, but I can't let Sakura see me like this. It's a little awkward. You imagine maybe Tosaka and Ilya, they already went to the house and it's like, hey, where are you? Where's Shiro? I have to keep that abnormality in my left arm to myself.
くそ、ことみねのやつ、何が実生活に支障はない。こいつになれるのは一筋縄じゃいかないぞ。
I place my hand on my left shoulder and press against the arm covered in red cloth. Also kind of weird, again, he has just a giant red cloth around his arm. Similar to like Assassin, right? The Assassin. He's just walking in the middle of the night. I don't know, he seems like a pretty weird person, I feel like. If you would see him, out of nowhere. Hard and rigid as steel, it doesn't even budge. Well, I've stopped sweating and my breathing is back to normal. It's getting late, so I should quickly go home and see Sakura while I still look well. Hey Sakura, never mind the weird arm thing.
ただいま。
After taking a deep breath, I holler out and enter my house.
おかえりなさい、先輩。
Maybe Sakura's been waiting all this time because she's already at the entrance.
なんだよ、元気ないな。出迎えてくれたのは嬉しいけど、そんな顔じゃ素直に喜べないぞ。
I take off my shoes and go up into my house. I want to rest for today. I'll fill her in on what happened today after I drink a cup of tea in the living room.
そういうわけにもいかないか。お茶の前に事情を話しておかないとな。
Tosaka will be coming soon. I have to tell her about what's going on beforehand, or she'll be on guard against Tosaka.
さくら、今日のことなんだけど。
先輩、何もおっしゃらないんですか？
Yeah, this weird arm thing, don't worry about, Sakura. I just got a new arm, it's fine. Then, Sakura said something with difficulty.
何もって何が？
She keeps silent. She's looking at my left arm.
まあ、これのことか。そうだよな。見かけがこんなんじゃ普通驚く。
You see what happened, Sakura, is that I tried to resurrect my dead dad with the power equivalent exchange. However, I kind of lost my arm in the process, and now I'm the full metal alchemist. Anyway, it's covered with cloth that doesn't look anything like bandages. Even if she doesn't know what went on, she would assume something happened to my arm.
ちょっと怪我した。けど問題なく動くし、もうなんともない。本当はこんな布も邪魔なだけなんだけど、琴峰のやつが外すなってうるさくてさ。
It's a weird excuse. It's like he's saying like it's just a little bit of an injury. Don't worry about it. It's just like it's covered in this weird red cloth, but you know.
まあ治療してもらった手前もあるし、おとなしく言うことは聞いとくんだけど。
I pat my left arm to show it's alright. But Sakura is even more silent now.
さくら？いや、本当に大丈夫なんだぞ。大げさなだけでただのかすり傷だって。こんなのはすぐに治るし、さくらが気にするようなことじゃ。
We're just totally just lying straight to her face. Amazing.
かすり傷なわけないじゃないですか。もう先輩の腕ですらないんですよ。指先だって満足に動かないのに、どうしてそんなこと言うんですか？いくら私だってそんな見えすいた嘘になんか騙されません。それとも先輩は私に話しても無駄だから黙ってるんですか？
Her reply is like fire. My insensitivity leaves me speechless. I haven't even considered how Sakura felt all day today, waiting for me here.
さくら。
ごめんなさい先輩。責めるつもりじゃなかったんです。私はただ先輩があんまりにも無茶をして 先輩自身のことを大事にしてあげないのが。
違う。あ、いや、さくらの言う通りだけど違う。
You're right, but you're wrong.
俺、怒鳴られて怒ったわけじゃない。真剣に怒ったさくらを見たのは初めてだから、驚いて反省した。
反省したって。
ああ、確かに強がるのは良くない。それがさくらならなおさらだ。きっと俺はさくらにかっこ悪いところを見せたくなかったんだ。だから強がって平気なふりをした。
かっこいい悪い meaning, I guess, you know, like I didn't want to look like uncool, I guess, something like that. I want to like act all cool and macho in front of you, even though at this point it's kind of hard to hide it.
けど考えてみればそっちの方がかっこ悪い。さくらが怒るのも当たり前だ。
先輩がかっこ悪いなんてそんなこと。
You're always cool to me.
ないですけど。
You're always cool to me, senpai. I do look bad. Man, don't tell Sakura about it so she doesn't get worried, or don't tell Sakura about it so she doesn't get worried, or no, I was just putting on a show to look tough. Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know why, because I thought I thought that Shiro was talking to me or something, but I guess it's like a question to himself. Like it was like, don't tell Sakura about it so she doesn't get worried. No, I was just putting on a show to look tough. Okay, that's how you read it.
ごめんなさくら。俺やられちまった。
For a second there, I really thought Shiro just broke the meta and was like talking directly to the reader or something. But no, it's like a rhetorical question, I guess.
腕はなんとかなったけど、さくらの役には立てなかった。
そんなことないです。先輩は立派でした。私は見てませんけど、すごくかっこよかったです。
You were really cool when you got your arm ripped off.
いや、これが本当に情けなかったんで、そう言われると辛い。満足にイリアも助けられなかったし、ただ逃げ帰ってくるだけだったし。
いえ、それでもちゃんと帰ってきてくれました。先輩が約束を守ってくれたので、私はすごく嬉しいです。
Bump the desk.
それは良かった。
I scratched my head. But well, I'm embarrassed but happy at the same time.
そうだな。とりあえず生きてるだけで合格点だよな。
先輩はかっこいいです。私、惚れ直しちゃいました。
Sakura must have cheered up if she can say something like that with a big smile. I don't know how to reply to something like that, so...
こういう時はどう返せばいいんだろう、遠坂。
さあ、私の意見としては、あんまり玄関先でイチャつかないでほしいってことぐらいね。
Rin, out of nowhere. I asked Tosca who is standing behind me. Our voices overlap. Sakura and I both jump back at the same time.
遠坂、いつからそこに？
遠坂先輩、なんでうちにいるんですか？
And we give the same reaction again.
いつからそこにじゃないわよ。もう話がついてるかと思えば、二人して仲良く喧嘩してるし。まったく、今がどんな状況なのか分かってるの？シロ。
Tosca sets down a large bag next to the door. Behind her is Ilya, silently radiating a strange pressure. Is she summoning her stand? No.
遠坂先輩、昨日の続きなら私は構いません。
Let us fight! Fist fight! Let's go! Round 1, fight!
先輩が守ってくれる以上、 私だって魔導の魔術師として全力であなたと戦います。
Sakura clenches her fists and glares at Tosaka. She does an uppercut. Hiya! Shoryuken! Well, it's more like a frog desperately opposing a glaring snake.
それもまだ聞いてなかったのね。いい？さくら。とりあえずあなたの処置は保留するわ。私の最優先事項はゾウケンを倒すこと。あなたとの決着はその後よ。まあゾウケンさえ倒してしまえばあなたと戦うこともなくなるから、うまくいけばゾウケンを倒すだけでことは済むわけだけど。
Well, we should have done this from the beginning, you know? Tosaka-rin.
それじゃあなた、いえ、シローと協力して造剣退治をするってことで、そうなると離れて過ごすのはもったいないでしょ。だから今夜からここで生活してシローを鍛えることにしたの。短期間で戦力になってもらうにはスパルタしかないしね。そういうわけだからしばらくシローを借りるわ。荒領事になるけど問題ないわよね、二人とも。
Tosaka-rin sets a schedule even I haven't heard about.
待った遠坂、そんなこといきなり。
そんなのダメです。いえ、遠坂先輩はどんな権利があってそんなこと言うんですか？
言われてもさ、ほら心の準備とかあるじゃんか。
I stutter off. Of course, my opinion is dismissed by Sakura's voice and Tosaka's glance.
あら、権利さえあればいいの？ならますます問題ないわね。彼が生きているのは私のおかげだもの。その借りを返すまでシローは私の言うことを聞くしかないの。居場所を明け渡せって言えば明け渡してくれるし、ちゃんと3食付きにしてって言ったらしてくれるのよね。
Tosaka, those lines could bring on a big misunderstanding.
そんな、本当なんですか先輩？
まあ遠坂の発言にはところどころ反論したいんだが、言ってることは本当だ。それに仲間は多い方がいいだろ。ゾウケンが桜を狙っているのは確かなんだ。遠坂がいてくれるなら確実に桜を守れる。
And Tosaka is Sakura's older sister. If possible, I want them to be together, not fighting.
わかりました。先輩がそう言うなら納得します。
I don't know about introducing more siblings into Sakura's life, considering Shinji, but, well, Rin isn't Shinji, so maybe it'll be a better relationship. Sakura averts her gaze.
決まりね。
Mouse.
それじゃあ上がらせてもらうわよ。ほらシロ、客間に案内して。前に上がった時離れの客間に目をつけてたんだから。ああ、イリアはどこがいい？イリア、どうしたのよボケっとして。さっきまでシロの家に泊まるってものすごく喜んでたのに。知らない。私は別に喜んでなんかなかったわ。
I was never happy, ever. I never felt happiness. In my entire life. A weak voice. Ilya hangs her head and stares the floor. Feels bad, man. No, as if saying the small step up is a towering wall.
シロ、一つ聞くけど、その女はどこで寝てるの？
In my bed, or futon, I guess. Then, what happened to her depressed attitude? Ilya's now glaring at Sakura.
いや、桜の部屋は離れの客間だけど。
そう。なら、離れにはリンだけで行って。離れ以外だったら、私はどこでもいいわ。
Do you just don't really like Sakura, huh?
そうなの？なら、イリアは和室ね。
They're carrying on a relaxed conversation, and it sounds like they're close enough to now call each other by name.
そうだ、桜、こっちの子がイリア。 バーサーカーはやられちまったけど、なんとかイリアだけは助けられた。遠坂同様、これからうちで預かるけど仲良くしてやってくれ。
I introduce Ilya to Sakura and Sakura to Ilya.
よろしくさくら。マキリの娘だそうだけど軽蔑はしないであげるわ。一応シローの知り合いみたいだし特別に人間扱いしてあげる。
Treat you like a human being.
そうですね。じゃあ私もあなたと同じように振る舞います。
That's the entirety of their introduction. Ilya follows after Tosaka to the living room, and Sakura is giving that. What a weird look she's giving. Sakura watches her go with cold eyes. Dinner commenced like a storm. Now, it's misleading to use the word storm. That was more like a calm wind. Since there was no wind, I didn't feel the passage of time, and dinner ended like that. The atmosphere was painfully tense.
夕飯なら私が作りましょうか。引っ越しそばのようなものだし。
Tosaka made dinner by herself after that. I hate to say it, but it tasted better than mine. Sakura might just be even with her in Western food, her speciality. Or a specialty.
遠坂先輩、お料理上手なんですね。
Sakura was torn apart in shock, and she started eating silently. I couldn't do anything extra because I was worried about things like Tosaka's food, the fact that I'm eating Tosaka's handmade meal, Sakura's dejection, Ilya's tension, and Sakura's tension. As a result, I couldn't taste how good Tosaka's meal was. I was just made to realize how perfect Tosaka is throughout the hour. So...
じゃあ私は部屋の準備があるから引き上げるわ。詳しい話は明日の朝にするから今夜はもう休みなさい。
Tosaka even washes the dishes perfectly, then heads out. She's just perfectly perfect.
私も部屋に行ってるわ。今日森に行った人はみんな疲れてるんだから早めに寝ないと体が持たないわよ。
It must be an insinuating remark to Sakura, who stayed at this house today. Ilya speaks without looking at Sakura and gets up.
なんだって言うんだ、まったく。
Tosaka is just as expected, but Ilya is acting strange. She's not acting like her, cheerful self, I guess. She's acting as cold towards Sakura as she did towards me the first time we met.
イリア、さくらとは初対面のくせになんであんなに突っかかるんだろう。やっぱりアインツベルンとマキリって仲が悪いのかな。
According to Kutamine, Ainsburn, Makiri, and Tosaka are noble families of Magi who started the Holy Grail War. It seems the Ainsburns were the highest ranked, so from her point of view, Tosaka and Sakura must be below her.
誤解しないでくれよ、さくら。イリアは気難しいからあんなことを言ってるけど、ちょっと話せばすぐに仲良くなれる。あいつ単に人見知りが激しいだけって、さくら？
Sakura doesn't reply. She shakes her head back and forth and gradually starts falling back.
さくら！
Oh no, she's dead! I grab her shoulder to stop the fall.
あれ、先輩、どうしたんですか？そんな怖い顔して。
Sakura hasn't noticed. She looks at me like nothing happened and completely obvious to her near collapse.
いや、別に大したことじゃない。
I let go of her. That must be why she noticed.
すみません。ちょっと疲れてたから眠っちゃってました。
She apologizes for something she doesn't know about.
そっか、昨日の今日だし、さくらは安静にしてないとな。遠坂もああ言ってたし、今日はもう寝よう。無理に起きてる必要はない。
そうですね。 じゃあお言葉に甘えちゃいます。今晩ぐっすり眠ればきっと明日には元気になってますし、今夜は遠坂先輩にご馳走してもらいましたから、明日の朝は私が受け持ちますね。先輩仕込みの朝食で仕返ししてあげちゃいます。
Sakura smiles jokingly and gets up. She looks to be standing steadily. It won't change anything to follow her to the guest room. Sakura seems well, so I have to believe in her.
そうだな。おごれる遠坂の鼻をへし折ってやってくれ。さくらが最後の砦だ。正直ここで遠坂に一撃くれておかないと後がない。
任せてください。きっとワンパンチしてみせますから。
And thus the food wars has begun. The true Holy Grail War.
頼もしいな。じゃあ及ばずながら俺もなんか手伝わせてくれ。今夜はさっさと寝て、明日の朝6時に台所に集合ってことでいいかな。はい、
お待ちしています先輩。
Sakura bows and heads to the porch. Then,
先輩、さっきのこと、姉さんには黙っていてください。
about what happened? Do you mean the weird vampire sex? Sakura speaks in a tense voice without turning around.
ただの居眠りなんだから、遠坂に言うほどのことじゃないだろ。
Oh, okay, not the weird vampire blood-sucking thing, but more so that I guess you fell asleep, I guess.
はい、おやすみなさい先輩。
That small moment. I don't know. What does that mean? I guess it's because she's lacking magical energy again. She might need more blood. I don't know. There's more Maguses in the house. Maybe she should suck some blood from Hylia and Tosaka as well. Suck everyone's blood. Why not? She closes the shoji. Sakura leaves without turning around. She must have been talking about the fact that she almost collapsed. Sakura hasn't recovered as much as she thinks. Kotomine says she won't last more than a few days. Even ignoring what Zoken will do to her, she is unstable. That's why Sakura is trying to act fine, as if telling us that she's alright and that we don't need to worry about her.
姉さんか。
Sakura says that word only when she's alone with me, and only when she's feeling faint-hearted. Sakura calls Tosuka Ne-san when she can't suppress her cries for help. Their complicated upbringing created a wall between them. They may be able to return to being normal sisters if that wall is destroyed. That might be the best thing I could do for Sakura right now.
二人ともギクシャクしてるけど脈はあるし。
The situation was dumped in our laps, but it may be a good opportunity after all.